6 surprising ways to make him melt with your mouth every time. In this video, I'm going to be talking about how to make him melt with your mouth. As a feminine woman, one of your superpowers is to ignite our desire for you. And one of the ways you can do that is by using your mouth. It can be super powerful and it can be a whole lot of fun at the same time. Using your mouth correctly and making us melt can really rev up our desire and have us chasing you around the house. I am Kevin Anthony with Magnetize Your Man, and I am a certified sexologist, NLP practitioner, and sex, love, and relationship coach. And for over 10 years, I have been helping men, women, and couples have the relationship of their dreams and the best sex of their lives. All right, let's dive right in. The number one thing that you can do with your mouth to melt us is maybe something surprising. Maybe something that you weren't expecting. And that is to appreciate us. As men, we really love to be appreciated for the things that we do. So if you are with a good man and he's stepping up and showing up the way he should be, then he should be doing a lot of things for you in the relationship that you can acknowledge. Now, of course, whenever I make these videos and I say men like to be appreciated, there's inevitably a bunch of comments from women who say, yeah, well, women like to be appreciated too. Of course you do. Of course you do. You want to be appreciated for the ways that you show up and the things that you do. But so do we as men. And this is something that I think not everybody realizes. If you were to ask 10 people on the street, who wants to be appreciated, men or women, they'd almost always say women. But the reality is that we as men like to be appreciated also. Especially if, and this is true for a lot of men, if our love language is, the way we like to give, is doing acts of service, doing things for you, then it really is nice when we are acknowledged for doing that. So that is really a great way to use your mouth to turn us on. Now I know that's a little cheeky, right? Because it's speaking using your mouth, but think about that. When we're talking about how can you turn us on with your mouth, appreciating us is a great way to do it. All right, the number 2 way to make him melt with your mouth is to suck on his fingers. This works especially well if you've been eating something with your fingers, maybe chocolate and you've got a little chocolate on your fingers, something like that. It is super sexy when a woman licks that chocolate off of your finger, and if while doing so you are sort of simulating or implying what that would be like on another part of his body, that is going to be a really big turn on. It's a simple thing that you can do, but it is something that most men find really sexy and a really big turn on. All right, the number 3 way to melt him with your mouth is to kiss or nibble on his chest. So this is not just kissing, although kissing is great, but sometimes a little biting on those good pectoral muscles, letting him know how much you want to devour him, or at least parts of him, can be a particularly big turn on. So think about parts of his body, the chest just being one of them, that you can potentially kiss and maybe even lightly nibble on. That can really turn a man on. And the number 4 way to melt him with your mouth is to kiss him passionately on the mouth and with tongue. It's one thing, and I know, we get complacent over the years. Maybe you've been together for a long time. The kisses tend to be more pecks here or there, maybe with the occasional makeout session. But kiss him deeply, passionately, use your tongue, but do it in a feminine way, which means not overly aggressive, but definitely use your mouth on his mouth. Kiss him passionately. Let him know how much you enjoy kissing him. Assuming, of course, that you do. If you are not enjoying kissing him, well, there are bigger problems in the relationship. So kissing him passionately should not be an issue if you are in a healthy relationship. And the number 5 way to make him melt with your mouth is to kiss from his chest all the way down to his genitals. Yes, that is right. Follow the trail all the way down, ladies. That is very sexy and a very big turn on. Of course, as a man, we're always thinking, will she go all the way? Maybe you will, maybe you won't. Maybe sometimes you do, maybe sometimes you don't. Flirt with that. Play with that energy a little bit. Get our engine all revved up and going. Maybe you stop just before the genitals. Maybe you come back up and kiss us passionately on the mouth with your tongue. All of that can be really fun, really exciting, a big tease, and really get us going. All right, and lastly, the number 6 way to make us melt with your mouth is drum roll. I know you all know what's coming. Blowjobs, blowjobs, blowjobs. Continuing on the theme of many of these videos. So many of these videos are about what men like, right? Because the point of these videos is to help you learn what we like so that you can do those things, so that you can have more sexual energy between you, so that you can turn each other on. He's got his own stuff to do, and he's learning that on my channel. But here, we want you to learn what it is that men like. How can you get our engine revved up? How can you get us to chase you around the house and continue that drive, that desire for you long term throughout the entire length of the relationship, whether it's been 5 years, 10 years, or 50 years, right? That's the goal of these videos. And so when we talk about using your mouth to melt us, there really is no better way than oral sex. There just isn't. We absolutely love it as men. We crave it as men. We find it even de-stressing. There's so many benefits to it. I cannot talk about melting him with your mouth without bringing that in as an essential way to do it. So I know it's probably becoming cliche at this point how many times I talk about, blowjobs and oral sex and that in these videos, but that's because it works. It just flat out works. It has always worked. I'm pretty sure it always will work until the end of time. So make sure you have that as a tool in your toolbox. And you don't have to start there. There's a whole bunch of other ways that we have already discussed in this video. So use all of those ways. Move in and out. Do some, then do others, and then kind of move around. Just have fun with it. Be playful with it. Again, the idea is to melt us, right? And to get our desire for you fired up. And these are some ways to do that. So there you go. There are 6 ways to make him melt with your mouth every time. These things will absolutely rev up his desire for you, and you will become irresistible if you do a good job at this. Next, if you'd like to hear more content from me, you can follow me right here on YouTube on my own channel at Kevin and Celine. Also, you can listen to the Love Lab podcast on my channel here on YouTube, as well as any major podcast platform. And lastly, if you go to kevinandceline.com/vault, you can sign up for free access to an entire library of free educational content to help you have better sex, love, and relationships. Those links are in the description, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.